You have to understand, CFR was one of the architects of the free and open internet policy of the State Department. I'm going to say that again so that you can sort of let it wash over you, the implications of what I'm saying. Everything you think you know about internet freedom from when you were a kid or when you first started using the internet in the 1990s, and the whole culture of the internet was about free speech and freedom and democratizing information. This is going to sound weird to say, but that was well beyond First Amendment stuff. That was basically a Council on Foreign Relations psyop. We had tons of restrictions on media before the internet. For example, when the Sinclair Network wanted to play the movie Plandemic during the COVID pandemic, you know the reason that they backed out at the last minute for playing a simple independently made film by U.S. citizens about U.S. policy around COVID? It's because the regulators threatened to pull their broadcast license. You cannot use curse words. You cannot show pornography. You cannot express certain opinions without risking your broadcast license being pulled on broadcast news. That could have been the rules of the road for the internet early on as well, but for the amazing freedom lovers at the Council on Foreign Relations. In 1992-1993, the Council on Foreign Relations made a big push that the internet should be completely and totally free. Not because they love free speech, but because by projecting total unfettered freedom on this new World Wide Web, it would allow the proliferation of news distribution by dissident groups in foreign countries who could serve as assets for the U.S. State Department and our intelligence services. The idea was, by promoting free speech above and beyond even our normal norms for broadcast media, with this new military hardware called the internet being projected into every country in the world, even countries that had their own similar restrictions on broadcast content would not be able to take down dissident heterodox thoughts. So the Council on Foreign Relations penned a Internet 101 freedom policy in 1992-1993 and leaned its pressure on the State Department to promote total freedom of speech on the internet. Here's Hillary Clinton saying internet freedom is part of foreign policy 12 years ago at the State Department. Isn't that amazing to hear now? U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton talks to Bloomberg News about the need to combat internet restrictions imposed by governments. Ah, yes, just 12 short years ago, Hillary Clinton, who just 12 short weeks ago called for governments to control speech on the internet when she had the power of the State Department, campaigned endlessly and pumped hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, into coercing foreign governments to lift restrictions on speech on the internet. This is all before Trump. This is all before 2014 Ukraine. See if you can even recognize this specimen as the person who called to end internet freedom just a few months ago.
You can see the importance of it by the fact that many governments are trying to prevent their citizens from expressing themselves or obtaining information that would be critical of the government.
Can I play that again?
See the importance of it by the fact that many governments...
The importance of internet freedom as a stalwart plank of U.S. power projection, of U.S. foreign policy to promote unfettered internet freedom, free from a disinformation governance board, free from a global engagement center, free from a Pentagon semantic information defender program, free from exactly what she would call for our own country due to our own citizens as soon as Donald Trump won an election using social media.
You can see the importance of it by the fact that many governments are trying to prevent their citizens from expressing themselves or obtaining information that would be critical of the government. So we're doing all we can to stand for the principle of internet freedom, to make it part of our foreign policy agenda.
Hillary Clinton, free speech maximalist.